Before cities, before weapons, before fire was even guaranteed. Early humans shared the earth with things that should not have existed. Not dinosaurs, not myths, real animals, documented by fossils, by bones, by claw marks found in ancient human remains. These are 3 of them. And after this video, you will understand why your body still flinches at shadows. The cave lion was not a lion the way you picture a lion. It was 40% larger than any lion alive today. It had no mane. It was built low, fast, and silent. A predator designed by hundreds of thousands of years of evolution specifically to hunt large prey in open terrain. And for early humans, large prey included you. Cave lions did not stalk from a distance and run you down. They ambushed. They waited. Crouched in tall grass, in rock crevices, at the entrance of caves where humans slept. Think about that for a second. The place you chose to sleep was also the place they chose to wait. Archaeologists have found human bones with cave lion bite marks. Not scavenged after death, killed. There is a difference between an animal that eats what is already dead and an animal that hunts you specifically. The cave lion hunted you specifically. Cave lions lived across Europe and Asia for over 300,000 years. They outlasted ice ages. They survived glacial periods that wiped out dozens of other species. They were not fragile opportunists. They were one of the most successful predators in the history of this planet. There are cave paintings of cave lions in southern France dated to 36,000 years ago, some of the earliest art ever made by human hands. Early humans were so terrified of cave lions they painted them on walls, not to worship them, not to celebrate them, to remember them, to warn the next person who slept in that cave exactly what was out there waiting. The short-faced bear stood 6 feet tall at the shoulder on all 4s. When it stood upright, it reached 11 to 12 feet. To put that in perspective, a modern grizzly bear stands around 8 feet upright. The short-faced bear was nearly 50% taller. And unlike a grizzly, which is built for power and endurance, the short-faced bear was built for speed. Long legs, compact body, a stride that covered more ground per step than almost any predator alive at the time. Paleontologists estimate it could reach speeds of 40 miles per hour over short distances. You cannot outrun 40 miles per hour. It was the largest terrestrial mammal predator that has ever walked North America. And when early humans crossed from Asia into North America through the land bridge, they walked directly into its territory. They had never seen anything like it. Nothing in their experience, nothing in their memory, nothing passed down through generations prepared them for what was waiting on the other side of that crossing. Paleontologists believe the short-faced bear may have been so dominant that it actively delayed human migration into North America for thousands of years. Not a storm, not a glacier, not disease. A bear, a single species of bear so terrifying that humans avoided an entire continent rather than share it with something they could not fight and could not outrun. The smilodon is what most people call the saber-toothed tiger. It was not a tiger. It was something older and stranger, and in many ways more frightening than a tiger. It was built like a lion, but heavier, much heavier. Shoulders like a powerlifter, front legs stronger than its back legs, an entire body designed around one purpose: getting close enough, holding on long enough for the teeth to do their work. Those teeth, up to 11 inches long, they look like weapons, and they were, but not the way most people think. They were not for tearing meat the way a lion tears meat. They were precision instruments. Paleontologists believe the smilodon drove its fangs through the throat of its prey with surgical accuracy, targeting specific blood vessels, causing massive internal bleeding in seconds. It did not maul, it executed, and it did not hunt alone. Evidence suggests smilodon hunted in packs. Cooperative, strategic, capable of taking down prey far larger than itself through coordination. Here is the detail that should disturb you most. Researchers have found smilodon fossils with serious healed injuries, broken bones that required weeks or months of recovery. Animals that could not have hunted or fed themselves during that time, but they survived anyway, because the pack fed them. These were not mindless killing machines driven by instinct alone. They were social animals that took care of their injured. They had loyalty. They had structure. They were intelligent. They were cooperative. And for thousands of years, they shared a continent with early humans, hunting the same animals, competing for the same resources, occasionally deciding that the human was the resource. These animals are gone now. The cave lion, the short-faced bear, the smilodon, all extinct, most of them disappearing within a few thousand years of humans arriving in their territories. That timing is not a coincidence, but here is what they left behind in you. Every time you hear a sound in the dark and your heart rate spikes before you even consciously register what the sound was, that is your cave lion response. Faster than thought, older than language. Every time you freeze without thinking when something moves fast in your peripheral vision, that is tens of thousands of years of short-faced bear survival wiring still running in the background of your nervous system. Every time you feel watched in a forest and your body goes quiet and alert without anyone telling it to, without any rational reason, that is the oldest software running on the most advanced hardware ever built. You carry those animals with you everywhere you go. Your ancestors killed them, but they never fully left. Please, like and subscribe.